this is about connections and just kind of letting people know what your passions are. That when the Boston bombing, the marathon took place, we had the sources here, we knew the city, and people looked to us for coverage.
Hands, touching hands, reaching out, dear Lord, touching me, touching you, sweet.
Our links and viewership on Boston.com and BostonGlobe.com just went through the roof.
Your time never seemed so good.
No one else can come into Boston and cover Boston the way the Globe can.
If you're a very experienced reporter, you're probably going to be tackling more full-time stories, or is it just everyone or random?
I mean, during a marathon, everyone in the newsroom is working long days, extra days, extra nights, the whole bit.
You can write about something, and you know what? Somebody else out there is probably written about the same thing. You probably have tens of thousands of people who probably wrote about the same thing. At the end of the day, what matters is how you get that point across. Because as a writer, I think all you have is your voice. Rachel, I kind of have a question that directly correlates with what Emmanuel just asked. Because the future of journalism is moving more towards multimedia, I asked a couple of people this too, and I kind of got mixed reviews. What would you suggest majoring in college? Basically, like communications or journalism?
Well, if I was, I'm a geek, so I would go, I'd be CS and journalism. Yeah. So that's what I would do. But, I'm very clear about that. So I wasn't on programming and stuff like that. But different way to see yourself. What you guys do?
You know what? I don't even think you need to major in journalism, frankly. I mean, as long as you're writing in college and part of the newspaper, I mean, I wish I probably would have maybe into a post-science study in some semester. But I think the business needs thinkers and people who can think on their feet, act fast, and be creative. And I don't necessarily see, 4 years of journalism classes being the only thing that you can do to do that. So my advice would be to still keep your feet in journalism and write and know what it's like to work at a newspaper, which I believe many of these colleges have, vast opportunities for that, but also expand your mind as well.
Would you suggest, because I know if you were to major in communications, you would be taking different courses, I know they have a media studies class, and classes like that give you a background in film, other video forms, and also a background in writing. So that's why I figure, because I don't know, personally, I don't know if I want to be a journalist yet, so.
I answer that as the If you want to do journalism, both of them are right. Take journalism and focus on computer science if you want to do that piece of it. If you want to write, take a couple of journalism classes and then do other stuff that gives you a broad knowledge of a bunch of different things. I'm not a huge fan of communications degrees because they don't really prepare you for anything specific. And in this day and age, that might not be the way to go. If you know you want to do journalism, then do stuff that's going to get you there and help you do the best you can on that job. The one advantage of communications would be that you get some exposure to multimedia because the lines have been blurred, completely blurred between the industries. So I have colleagues in marketing and advertising and PR teaching the same tools that we're teaching in the journalism department. How to shoot an edited video, how to tell a story with audio, how to do interactive graphics. The difference is the final product.
I think we all find a way to sweet talk, beg, badger, you know.
Assault.
I
We call that buttonholing.
Please say things like, I have to get this matter, I gotta kill me, or, you must talk to me now, it's going through tomorrow, and it will not have your voice. I don't use it all the
I
time.
don't know, I guess there is some psychology to it, because you're going in and you're trying to get people to open up, so you're either, opening up a piece of yourself and sharing your experiences, and like if you have a life experience, they can talk to you that way, or, like, very often I find when I go into like an accident scene or a shooting and I have to talk to a family who has just lost a loved one, I go in and I tell them, listen, if you talk to me, if you tell me about that person, I can put, these details in the paper and let everybody else know, whatever else has happened that you guys love this person and here's why. And quite often that does the trick.